All right, let's bring in our panel tonight. Our all-star panel. On the left, radio show host Garland Nixon. On the right, syndicated radio host Lars Larson. And Brian Darling, senior fellow at the Heritage Foundation. So here's a question. If President Obama gets re-elected, let's just say we're not a lot enamored with Mitt Romney if he becomes the nominee. We're in for 4 more years of political gridlock. But you know what? The economy and the markets, they actually like gridlock. Could that be a good thing? Lars, I'm going to throw that out to you first.
I think that the American people and business like when the government doesn't do much, because generally what the government does is pretty damaging to the rest of us in America. It takes away liberties. It limits opportunities. But the other problem is we're going to have economic gridlock. All the Obama administration's done in the first 3 years is sow uncertainty into the marketplace. Nobody knows what's coming next in tax policy, health care, or anything else. And that's significant to getting jobs. We've got to get more jobs in this country, and having more government spending, higher taxes, more government intrusion. You've heard some of it. You've talked about some of it on the program already. The fact is that's not good for making jobs for America. Another 4 years of Obama will be destructive to this country.
All right. But, Brian, let's talk about this a little bit more because you know what? At least there's certainty. We have no certainty right now. We don't know what's happening with Dodd-Frank, what's happening with Obamacare. At least maybe then we know and the markets can move ahead.
Well, we will have gridlock if President Obama is reelected because we know that the House will stay in Republican hands. There's a very good chance that Republicans take over the Senate. But I would say if Mitt Romney were to be the nominee, if he were to be the president, there's a great chance that Republicans get to 52, 53 seats in the Senate, which will still be gridlock because you need 60 votes to do anything in the Senate. But at least you will have all of the mechanisms of power in the hands of one party.
Garland, what happens with all this? Because, look, everyone wants jobs. We're not seeing any jobs out of the Obama administration thus far. Everyone, for the most part, feel like it's failed. So now what? What happens here?
Well, number one, I think there are a lot of people who, the people that were losing their jobs at an unbelievable pace when Obama came in, I don't think they feel that he's done such a bad job. He's actually saved us from going off a cliff. But that being the case, I would say this. I think that when he gets back in, if there is gridlock, America's not going to be happy. Let's face it. Look at it right now. We have the Republicans took over the House and said America wants us to stand by our principles and freeze everything up. In the House right now, I think there may be one guy in Sheboygan left who actually approves of the job that the House that Congress is doing.
Wait, Lars,
and that's crazy.
Lars, go ahead, jump in quick.
This is crazy because the fact is that we've continued to lose jobs. If you look at the Obama administration's own numbers from the day he took the oath of office to today, we're down 2 million net jobs. So if we've been saved from going off the cliff, ask the 2 million people who lost their jobs during the Obama administration whether they feel like they were saved from going over the cliff. And almost all the policies of this administration, except the make-work jobs by borrowing money from China and spending it on, in some cases, meaningless public works jobs that don't make sense, have been destructive to the kind of job creation that you see the private sector wanting to do.
Too. It's worse than that. When you look at the underemployment numbers, the people dropping out of the workforce, President Obama has not done a good job. This stimulus was an abysmal failure of Keynesian economics, and nobody who's out of a job right now is feeling good about the economy.
No, and we certainly have enough debt to shoulder our grandchildren for a very long time. We got to leave it there, you guys.